Hey, what's up, guys? I'm coming to you from my car. It's been a long time. I just wanted to share some things with you. I'm going to actually throw my streak over this. So, as you can see right here, I have a streak going. I already won a Showtime prize. I think it was a Floyd Mayweather poster. Honestly, I pulled it out once before I took a long trip and went very far, and I forget. I think it was Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao. I want to talk about boxing, the state of boxing. I loved boxing so much. I still have a love for it. It's my only sport I really watch besides a little UFC. If you've been following me for a long time, you would know that. But the sport has just became so corrupt that it's difficult for me to actually get on here and talk about it and be enthusiastic about it like I used to be. But before I get to all that, let me talk about the SHOStreak, guys. You still got till, I believe, December 21st. I'm actually driving, so if I sound crazy, I'm driving. And you can see on my dash cam here that I am really driving. This is all real time. But the SHOStreak I have is 12. I didn't get to do it, stick with it the whole summer, or when I went on last year and talked about it. I was up to like 4-0 at one point, and I think I covered that in one of my videos. But then I got stupid, and it was a Showtime Friday night card with up-and-comer fighters. I didn't know who these fighters were. I just looked at their records really quick, and I messed up my streak. I went from 4-0 off of one wrong move. You know, you go right back to 0. So anyway, here we are with 12 legitimate predictions made right. I'm going to scroll through these fighters now. You can see all my picks that I picked right. You'll take note that a lot of these fights weren't easy picks. So obviously I know what I'm talking about with boxing. But my whole goal was with the SHOStreak, the first prize is the poster at 5, and then you get 15 right, and you get the Showtime sweat gear. I think it's a t-shirt, a Showtime sweat shirt as depicted in the picture, or a hoodie, and you get a bag, Showtime, like a gym bag. That's what it looks like. And my whole goal was, because right after that you get 25 right, you get a signed boxing glove. But me personally, I'm not looking to sell any boxing memorabilia or anything like that. I didn't want the signed glove right away. I was thinking a signed glove would probably be weak for me, and I wanted the Showtime gear. Just whatever, just because it's cool to get that for me, because I would definitely be wearing that hoodie. It would be something cool that I earned, you know, by picking fights right. So here I am. It's Saturday now. Crawford's fight tonight. I'll lay a quick prediction on that fight later. And I just want to tell you guys that the whole thing with these fight picks is very difficult. I even believe one time, a long time ago, I heard Max Kellerman say, who picks 10 fights right or 11 fights right in a row? Nobody. Well, a lot of real boxing purist fans types out there can do it. I'm one of them, because here we go. We got 12 picks right here, right? And it's really cool to share this. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to get 3 more picks. I got a couple more fights before this contest ends, and I hope that I get these picks right. I don't know who I'm going to pick yet, but there's a couple fights coming up, and it's crunch time, because I got to make these picks before the contest ends. So I think I'll do it, and then I'll share that with you. If I don't do it, I'll probably never come back and just delete the channel. Joking. So, guys, now let's get into boxing now. I'll put a link below for the SHOStreak if you want to get on in the last minute. You got to be Showtime. You got to pay for cable. Bottom line, you got to pay for Showtime. Otherwise, you can't get in it. So, I want to talk about boxing. Just there's a current trend going on in boxing. There's a lot of things that are kind of weak. And this includes, I mean, I'm nitpicking with this stuff, but it includes a lot of commentators are using the word wheelhouse a lot. That's because the show Deadliest Catch is popular, so you'll be like, oh, so-and-so's doing very well, that's in his wheelhouse. I've heard, without saying names, HBO commentators say that, Showtime commentators, be original. Come on. You're going to go on national TV and talk about wheelhouse and inject that into your vocabulary, where it's done so many times before by other commentators. Now that's a whole new verbiage people are using, and I got to editorialize myself in this video because I'm driving and I might crash. I'm concentrating on the road. So, okay, that's nitpicking. Now let's get into this whole thing with the referees. There's a lot of referees now, when they get into the ring and they're doing the ring introductions and they're telling the fighters what to do right before the fight, they like to inject their own personalities. you're not going to be Mills Lane. They're trying to be a Mills Lane type when Mills Lane used to go, let's get it on. As far as I know, he was one of the first guys to ever do that. Put his own stamp and personality onto the fight. Then you had fair but firm Joe Cortez. I say it's all about the fighters risking their lives. The referees need to shut the fuck up. And I don't want to hear any of, touch gloves. It's showtime. They make their own thing up. Oh, it's this. Let's get popping. Nobody gives a shit about you, dude. I don't care about the ref. I don't want to see the ref, because when you're not seeing a ref, it's a good thing. This over officiating is all up in this boxing game now, where you got these refs, they're just they're over officiating, they're taking 1-2 points away, and then it's so corrupt. They know they kind of did wrong by taking 1 or 2 points away. I don't know if someone between rounds is telling them that. I've seen it so many times. Then they'll go take the point away from the other guy, 1 point, without a warning or anything, just because to make up for the 2 points that he shouldn't have took away. And he knows he was wrong, and he rushed to judgment, and it was a wrong call. I've seen that so many times. I hope I'm making this clear to you. I don't know if I am, but if you watch boxing a lot, I bet you will agree with me, and you know what I'm talking about. The corruption is out of hand. The referees are poisoned, and in many ways. Now, allegedly, I can't prove, obviously, that they're getting money from this Al Heyman mystery character who's probably Don King. I can't tell you that. But what I do know is that you'll see a lot of these fighters in these so-called big fights fight a setup fight where they're supposed to win the fight, right? And when it doesn't go according to plan, like Danny Garcia in Puerto Rico, I forget right now who he was fighting, and they lose, they're not going to lose because the judges are polluted in the mind. They say, oh, this is Danny Garcia, he's famous, he's fighting an unknown, and if I'm just using Danny Garcia fight not too long ago as an example because he really lost that fight, and they're going to give it to the let's say what everyone's saying now, it wasn't a term back 10 years ago, even 6-7 years ago, the A side, right? The A guy, he's supposed to win. The favorite, right? The favorite is usually going to get the win even if he gets his ass whooped. And a seemingly one-sided fight, or even a close, let's say a close fight where the A side lost that fight, they're going to most likely, the judges, the corrupt poison judges, are going to give it to the famous fighter with all the accolades, with all the kudos, with all the props, is going to get that win. And that's why boxing is bullshit. So real quick, I'm going to make a quick prediction on this. Crawford versus Jean tonight. I think Terence Crawford it's at 140, WBO middleweight championship, whatever, that doesn't matter. I think Crawford's really, really, really good. I think his jab is really on point. He's just going to jab this guy to death. Dierry Jean lost to Lamont Peterson, unanimous decision, right? So I can't see this guy winning the fight, but it's boxing and anything can happen. There's my prediction. Terence Crawford is going to just utilize his boxing tool set and just break this guy down, beat him up, and take the fight. And it should be interesting for a couple rounds. We'll see what happens if he knocks him out. I'm not so sure. Possibly he might knock him out, but I just think Crawford wins this fight. And any other case, it would be a huge upset, in my opinion. So sorry about the profanity in a video before that. I went back, I listened to it real quick. Wow. So anyway, I had to put it together, edit it, and take care, guys.